Welcome back to Death in Her Shadow. I'm Shadow Phoenix.
I'm Death Witchling.
And today we'll be reviewing
Corpse Princess Shikabane Hime. Welcome to our month-long October special, where we're getting into all the gore, fighting, craziness that comes along with Halloween. Mm-hmm. So today, the craziness we're going to be reviewing.
It's going to be an action, drama, horror, fantasy.
That's quite a bunch there. And it's got a name at the end that I'm absolutely terrible at pronouncing.
Yeah.
But for Corpse Princess, for a summary, Makina Hoshimura is one of the living dead. If the girl is to ever find peace, she must hunt down and destroy her own kind. So is she like a zombie? Maybe.
Zombie assassin.
I have actually never seen this one. I've seen trailers for it and stuff, but I don't know what's going on. Have you seen this one?
Never even heard of it.
Never even heard of it.
Ever.
Great.
But from that, I want to see this one.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
I'm gonna fanboy over all of these during October because I love horror animes.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting to see what goes on with this one, especially with 4 different genres to it. Like, it's got to be pretty action-packed.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll see you guys once we've watched the anime.
Watch this anime. So now that we've actually seen this anime, what did you think about it?
Well, at the start, hated it. Like, didn't like it at all.
Really?
Well, okay. I did like some parts of it. Like, the intro was good, the outro wasn't bad, and there was some comedic relief, which I liked, but there was just no storyline to it. There was no background, and I didn't like it until...
Yeah, I guess for the first few episodes, once they established their characters, it was kind of really repetitive. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it wasn't like zombies like I thought it was originally.
Yeah, it's not what I expected from the name.
But I do think it had its good points. There was a lot of action, which I really like in an anime. Mm-hmm. And there were comedic bits and there were darker bits. And it was, I guess it wasn't so much creepy in spots. Like, it wasn't something I could seem to take seriously as far as the, horror part of it went.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand how stupid Ori seemed to be.
Yeah.
Always, he'd been told so many times and knew that getting into these situations and looking for these Shikabanes was a bad. He couldn't protect himself in any way, but he still went and did it. He still got himself in those situations, just kind of expecting Makina to be there. Even though there was no guarantee she was going to be. And it was just, it was really frustrating to me.
It was just stupid.
It was.
Seriously.
But it did pick up near the end once we did get to do some of the backstory and, kind of how Ori came to be with...
Ori came to be.
Yeah. At the orphanage in the temple and stuff. And, Makina's backstory, and you learn about the 7 stars and stuff. It did get more interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you liked it?
Yeah, I think it was okay. I didn't hate it at the beginning. But it was pretty repetitive.
I guess I didn't hate it at the beginning. I didn't like it. It did get better, though, so...
Yeah, so, hopefully when it comes to the second season, it keeps up that... that repertoire.
I watched 3 episodes, and then I just wanted to stop watching.
Yeah, you couldn't...
I was done with it.
See, and I wasn't that bad off, but, yeah, I can understand where you're coming from.
So, one thing I mean, it's kind of understandable, but it's really annoying. This was really just a fan service show because all the Shikabane Hime, the ones that killed them, they were all all of them, any of them that you see, they were all girls.
Yeah, they were all young women. And I mean, like, all of their contracted monks, except one. I think we saw one female contract monk.
Yeah.
But otherwise, all of them were male. And it just, like, why? Like, we saw so many Shikabane Hime, and all of them were women. Like, do they not have male ones? Like, and I mean, clearly they do, because at the end, when Keisei dies, they say, oh, he wasn't eligible to come back. Like, he'd already gone to heaven. So clearly he could have been one if he turned into a Shikabane. But that wasn't the case. So then why is it just all these young women? Like, that really bothered me.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
They're all monks, but they're huge perverts.
Well, Keisei was.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, maybe. But I guess maybe we'll find out more about that at the end. And in the second season. And I mean, I really want to know where Ori came from, like, those 3 years before, and why he was just so, like, dead-like when they found him.
Where Ori came from. When a mommy and a daddy...
You don't need to tell me about the birds and the bees. Thank you very much.
So we touched on a little bit about there's a lot of action, not actually that much horror. So
yeah,
do you think it actually fit the genre?
Maybe I would say it's more of a thriller than a horror.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a little bit of gore, but not like a crazy amount like you would expect. Like nothing like Blood Sea was.
Yeah, like
or Dead Man Wonderland
when it said horror and with the title, I assumed it was going to be a zombie movie, not show. I mean, anime. Zombie anime movie.
There are more things I think they could have done to make it more horror-like, but it was good for action. It was good for fantasy. Like, there was that, like, fantasy aspect to it. There was some drama too. Not a whole lot,
but there was a little bit here and there.
But yeah, I think I really wanted them to play up the horror more, which they didn't. So then, who is your favorite character?
Well, favorite character. Obviously, Honey Senpai. No.
Yeah, of course.
I'd say Keisei, because, like, he's super serious, he's awesome, he's a good fighter, and then after a fight, everything will be so serious, and then just like that, he cracks a joke, and it's great. I love it.
I think he's got that really good balance of, you know, his comedy and comedic and, like, really lighthearted self, and then his, like, serious older protective brother kind of scenario. Like, I think he does have a good balance to his character.
Yeah.
And it makes him, like, more relatable, that's for sure.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character would have to be Makina. Like, I think she was...
Of course.
I think, other than the fact that she was really badass, like, with all her fighting and stuff, like, you could really, you know, empathize with her, with why she came back from the dead, why she became a Shikabane Hime. And, you know, it made you feel for her, and it made you understand her a lot better. And it made her character, you know, it brought more to the table for her character. And, you know, I think with a lot of the other Shikabane Himes, you know...
they didn't, as far as we know, they didn't have quite as vivid a background, like
or why they came back. Like, I know the one of them, she killed her husband, supposedly, and then she was going to kill herself, but she couldn't die, so, you know, maybe she felt guilty or something. And... you know, you could tell in the scenes where they're showing her flashbacks of her dying, you could see you know, because of her upbringing, she knew what was going to happen, because she had such a strong need for revenge for her family, for her own death, that she knew she was going to come back, that she knew she wanted to be a Shikabane Hime, and she knew she wanted her contracted monk to be. Yeah. And I think that made her relationship with Keisei so much more as well. So she's definitely my favorite character.
Yeah. which is understandable.
Yeah. So now that we've pretty well discussed everything about the first season of this anime, what did you think of it overall? I know we said horror-wise it wasn't very
not
well.
great.
Like, what did you think of it as for like a Halloween theme anime?
Well, as a Halloween anime, there were some parts that were pretty creepy, like when they were going through dark places and something jumped out at you. Sure, it was pretty creepy, but most of the time it wasn't that scary or anything.
Yeah.
It was
like it really, I don't think it drew you into the anime enough. Like it wasn't like Bloodsea was for me. I think that was one of the best
was amazing.
ones so far, because it really drew you in with anticipation and everything. And after watching that, like this just didn't stand up to it at all as far as a horror or a really Halloween gore themed anime.
Yeah.
Okay, so with all that aside, what did you actually think of this anime? What is your rating?
Well, of course, the rating has to be out of Shikabane's.
Of course.
So, after I had watched the 3 episodes and I was done with this show, even though I didn't like it, there was still some really good parts in it. I would have said about a 3.5 or 4.
Yeah.
But since you made me watch the rest, it did get better, but like a show, an anime, it needs to captivate you at the start, and it just didn't for me.
Yeah.
So I'd say a 7, but if it did get me at the start, my rating would be higher.
Yeah, and I feel like there were a lot of things they still could have done better, and they still could have captivated you more and left stuff more of a mystery because it did become a little predictable. So I would have to say my rating would be about a 6.5 or 7 as well.
Yeah.
Just because there was so much more they could do. Yes, it was good in some spots, you know, with the action and the darkness of it and the way the story flowed, but they needed more to their plot. They needed more horror stuff, really, and they could have done it so much better.
They really could have.
So I guess that's where we're going to end this video for today. Hopefully this anime becomes so much more in the second season, you know, now that we've gotten past all the, you know, intros to the characters and stuff, you know, even though we know where it's going. Like, obviously, Ori is going to become a contracted monk.
He's going to go train, and then they're going to go fight the 7? The 6?
The 7 stars.
The 7.
Well, there's 6 left now.
Yeah.
But yes, you know where it's going. But hopefully they're still able to do a lot with it. Hopefully it does still captivate you, and it does get better overall. So yeah, with that being said, we'll end that here today. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you have any comments for us or recommendations or just anything you kind of want to say to us or questions you have, like, just throw them in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys and get involved with you all. It's always good for us.
And of course, if you like our videos, you like hearing our opinion, hearing us ramble on and on about different
About
animes.
everything, yeah.
Subscribe, hit that bell icon so you don't miss a video, which we will be posting every Monday, every week, hopefully.
Yeah, so you'll always get a little bit of us. And of course, this month it's still our fun, awesome, crazy Halloween stuff. So we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.
Welcome to Death in Her Wish. No, fuck.
Death in her wish list. Good golly.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
That's a blooper if I ever saw one.
I was about to say Death in a Witchling. I'm like, wait, that's not right. Okay.